This video explores the reality of independent living for stroke survivors with aphasia. The key takeaway is that while many survivors cannot fully speak, they often retain their intelligence, physical mobility, and independence. Speech loss does not automatically equate to a loss of ability or cognition. Survivors typically experience aphasia or dysarthria, which impair language production or clarity. However, cognition, including memory and reasoning and motor skills, often remain preserved. This combination is common when a stroke affects brain language centers while sparing areas responsible for movement. Why can they still drive and shop? Because these tasks rely on visual processing, motor control, judgment, and planning, which are often unaffected by language impairment. Many survivors successfully pass driving evaluations and manage daily errands. If intelligence is intact, why can't they fully speak? Specific regions like Broca's and Wernicke's areas control speech production and comprehension. Damage here hinders language output. But the person's core cognitive abilities, rationality, and ability to make decisions usually remain strong. Clinically, these individuals are referred to by terms such as stroke survivors with aphasia, expressive aphasia, or those with dysarthria. These recognized categories describe specific challenges with language or speech mechanics while acknowledging their preserved cognitive functions. It is a common misconception that if someone cannot talk, they cannot think. The reality is that they are fully intelligent and capable. This video will break down the clinical facts behind these conditions, step by step, to provide a clearer understanding. The process begins with the stroke itself. A stroke can cause damage to specific, localized parts of the brain. Because different brain areas control distinct abilities, the impact of a stroke depends entirely on which region was affected. When the stroke impacts speech centers like Broca's or Wernicke's areas, it leads to specific conditions. Aphasia affects language comprehension and expression, while dysarthria involves muscle weakness, making it physically difficult to pronounce words. These are distinct clinical challenges. Crucially, intelligence is usually not affected. Even if speech is impaired, core cognitive abilities remain intact. Survivors can think clearly, understand conversations, solve problems, make decisions, and remember details. Speech loss is not intelligence loss. If motor areas remain undamaged, movement and coordination are often normal. This means individuals can continue to walk, use their hands, drive, cook, and shop. When motor function is preserved, they remain independent and capable of managing their own routines. Driving safely is a frequent concern, but it is often possible. Because driving requires vision, judgment, reaction time, awareness, and motor control, all of which are separate from language centers. Many stroke survivors continue to drive safely after passing necessary evaluations. Similarly, going to the market for shopping remains an achievable task. By utilizing planning, handling money, identifying items, and navigating aisles, survivors can maintain independence. Communication needs can be met through pointing, lists, gestures, or phone apps. These individuals belong to known medical groups, categorized by standard clinical terms like non-fluent aphasia or expressive aphasia. Understanding these categories helps in recognizing the specific nature of their communication difficulties versus their overall capability. The core issue is that survivors are often misunderstood. We must move past the assumption that speech impairment equates to cognitive deficit. The reality is that they are fully capable. They simply need alternative methods to communicate their thoughts. Communication options for survivors are diverse. They can use gestures, writing, drawing, pointing, signals, phone apps, or simple words to express themselves. With the right strategies, communication becomes different, but certainly not impossible. Left brain strokes are common causes of these conditions. Because the left hemisphere houses most language processing centers, damage here often impacts speech. However, it does not mean that movement or logical thinking is necessarily impaired. This group deserves patience, respect, and understanding. Recognizing that their cognitive abilities are intact helps facilitate better interactions. When we approach them with patience, it reduces their frustration and supports their independence. To communicate effectively, use slow speech, ask simple yes or no questions, and provide visual cues. Always give them sufficient time to express themselves, as they are likely thinking clearly, even if they are struggling to find the right words. Frustration is common among survivors because their minds are clear while their words feel blocked. With the right support and therapeutic interventions, they can learn to communicate in their own way, and speech often improves over time. When interacting with the public, always speak directly to the person. Never talk to their caregivers or family members instead of the survivor. This basic act of courtesy respects their dignity, intelligence, and agency as an individual. Finally, we encourage you to educate others about aphasia and dysarthria. Reducing social stigma and misunderstanding is key to helping stroke survivors maintain their independence and continue participating fully in community life. Thank you for watching this educational guide. For further resources and support, we recommend visiting the National Aphasia Association at aphasia.org or the American Stroke Association at stroke.org.